Hey Tooms, so as you know, cyberware is a part of daily life here in Night City, and it can be seen in all walks of life, from war vets with Gen 1 prosthetic arms to corpo agents with top-of-the-line Gen 3 and 4 decks and implants. Although cyberware has surpassed being solely utilitarian, as it can also be purely aesthetic as a way to show off those hard-earned eddies. I've always been really intrigued by cyberware and how it became a part of daily life around the globe. So today, I've decided to sit down and do some research about how cyberware came about and all the different generations that made it into the colossal industry it has become. So, take a seat with me as I go over the history of one of the pillars of the modern world. Cyberware started out as a step forwards in the medical prosthesis field. These new implants were mainly replacement organs and limbs designed to save lives and aid people to live a normal life after catastrophic injuries or illnesses. Significant innovations began at the tail end of the First Central American War in the early years of the 21st century, as thousands of veterans came home with life-altering injuries. Medical cyberware became more sophisticated as technological progress and miniaturization advanced. Although these implants still had setbacks, the first prosthetic arms were heavy, crude, and rather expensive. A new industry was finding its footing, with Japan and Germany leading the research and development efforts. Post-war cyberware development continued to steam ahead, as the first non-medical implants began to be available after successful testing, reinforced spines and joints for those working in heavy labour, and air filters grafted into the upper respiratory tracts for workers in heavily polluted environments. These initial advancements proved to be a big step forwards in cyberware development, although a high rate of implant rejection remained a significant barrier to overcome. Such technological advancements create competition, and competition between megacorporations often creates conflict. The cyberware industry is no exception, as it quickly found its way onto the front lines. The Second Central American War, as well as the Second and Third Corporate Wars, became prime grounds to test newly developed combat implants, Militech being the first to unleash their cyberware-enhanced soldiers. They were deployed with direct connections to personal motion trackers, rangefinders, and an increased carrying capacity. Soon after, all sides of the conflict began developing and deploying their own enhanced soldiers, thus starting an arms race between the many megacorporations that still rages on to this day. These early industrial and combat implants are known as Generation 1. It far exceeds the crude and heavy Gen 0, but still remains substantially inferior to even the later Gen 2 implants, as its metal and plastic composition can now only be found in the back alleys of Kabuki and is usually only purchased by those under the poverty line. As the ongoing conflicts continue to play out, the megacorporations split their focus from solely combat implant development to dip their toes into the now soaring cybermedical market. They began to research and manufacture medical implants for veterans of the wars they had key roles in, creating quite the profitable loop. Not long after the beginning of the release of their medical implants, they began to introduce cheaper variants for the industrial and mass civilian markets alike. As a result of such advancements, anti-rejection treatment was developed as a way to overcome one of the largest obstacles that the industry had faced. This led to the development of BioWare, which was used to aid in the integration of cybernetics into the body via artificially grown enhanced organs and low-impact nanotech. During this period, the kitsch style also rose to the forefront of society. This cultural movement impacted everything, all the way from fashion to vehicle design philosophy. Alongside the kitsch movement, braindance technology equally began to boom, as many searched for a distraction from the ongoing conflicts. Counterfeits also began to make their way onto the streets, Militia Tech and Arasake being two notable ones. These cheap alternatives were usually riddled with poor coding, dodgy software, and prone to failure, as expected from back alley shovelware. Generation 2 cyber implants are the most widespread across the globe, as they are relatively cheap and often prioritize function without sacrificing on form, as they replaced the Gen 1's pistons and hydraulics with artificial cyber muscles, which proved to be stronger and more efficient. The addition of the newly developed real skin technology quickly became a symbol of status among the world's wealthy. Gen 2 is often considered the age of cyberware. As the ongoing arms race continues, megacorporations seek to continue to evolve the cyberware industry, each megacorp investing heavily in their respective research and development departments to ensure the safety and longevity of their companies. This would birth the third generation of cyberware, bringing with it some of the most impressive feats of biomechanical engineering, such as concealed subdermal armors, retractable weapons, and several new variants of real skin technology, including bulletproof, bladeproof, and flameproof armors. Alongside the new cyberware advancements, we also saw large leaps in bioware technology, with the invention of nanosurgeons, skin weave, toxic binders, and synaptic upgrades, which proved popular among many field agents for their immunity to EMPs, their lack of visibility on scanners, and low likelihood of causing cyber psychosis. Although bioware is weaker than cyberware, it has many upsides that render it incredibly favourable. One thing to mention, as with the arrival of the counterfeit cyberware during Generation 2, Generation 3's newly developed bioware also saw its fair share of unchecked and untested sources selling their own for much less. These cheaper untested vendors may seem decent until the nanobots you purchased begin to attack your nervous system after going haywire. The last 3 decades have proved monumental in cyberware development. It has found itself in every aspect of modern society. It now plays huge roles in medicine, the military, and the manufacturing industry. Pleasure and entertainment equally benefit from it, such as brain dances and cyber fashion. It has also led to many illegal business, and the black market is more lucrative than ever, with cyber limbs, artificial organs, and implants with pieces of the previous owner still attached. As of today, the latest and most technologically advanced cyberware is Generation 4. It splits itself into 2 categories. The first is state-of-the-art implants only used by high-ranking corpos and field agents. These implants include top-tier net-running hackware, upgraded neural processors, grade 4 cyber eyes, and stress analyzers. This level of tech gives the corpos and agents a mental edge while looking the part, as they are equally covered in the finest of real skin on offer. The second category is much more flashy and in your face. It is no less advanced than the former, but is worn as a statement of wealth and influence. Throughout the years, it has become more and more popular among the globe's wealthiest and most influential, from corporate hotshots to braindance stars, singers, and all kinds of celebrities. Real skin etched with delicate gold and platinum patterns, cyber limbs made from the finest crystals or plated with fine wooden tiles worth more eddies than your ride. This new, almost provocative style of cyberware is purely to show off the millions of Eurodollars sitting in your bank account, and to show off a life that many could only dream of living. Cyberware has forever changed the way we live our lives, for better and for worse. It has become a pillar of modern society and possibly the most influential industry across the globe. It's a way to express yourself, a way to enhance yourself, and even for some, a way to regain a semblance of normalcy after illness or injury. Cyberware has created companies, jobs, innovation, and much more. Humanity has been altered forever, and who knows what else the future of cyberware could hold. So guys, that was the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. As you may have noticed, I have an OC now. Oh my god. So I commissioned it. The artist was Luna. Amazing artist. Amazing person. Fantastic to work with. Obviously, clearly a super talented person. And yeah, if you're looking to have an OC or a character art or, you know, stuff like that, please go check her out. Her Instagram and Ko-Fi links, pardon me, will be in the description. Please go support her. Fantastic artist. Next, so I hope you guys enjoyed the new format. So as you can see, my OC, you know, is basically on the forefront of the video, and this is kind of going to be the format I'm going to be going with. Now, obviously with time and as channel grows and time goes on and stuff like that, I'll get new poses done and, you know, stuff to add more life to my OC. But this is going to be more or less the new format for every video. There'll obviously be slight variations because every video is different. But I want to keep on the same topic. You know, it's never going to change from being Cyberpunk. I might do Cyberpunk related media, not just Cyberpunk 2077, but that's an eventuality, and, you know, that will be down the line. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to not yap for too long. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I apologise for my hiatus. I don't really have a reason for it apart from just pure lack of motivation to create content, to be honest. You know, work and life tends to get in the way, so, you know, it is what it is. But hopefully I shall be back on a semi-regular upload. I'd like to at least get a video out every, you know, week, 2 weeks. It depends, you know, how much I'm working and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really happy with the result. I think it's good, and I hope you guys enjoy it just as much. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.